Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Good Morning Ikra and you're watching it with your host Umair Safa and Bushra Naz and आज हमारे साथ हैं डॉक्टर नीलू जो कि स्किन स्पेशलिस्ट हैं। स्किन केयर पे हम बात कर रहे हैं और उसके अलावा हम आपको आज का सवाल बता चुके हैं कि कुरान पाक की पहली वही कहाँ नाजिल हुई थी। आप हमें सवाल का जवाब देने के लिए या डॉक्टर नीलू से अपनी स्किन का कोई भी प्रॉब्लम जो है वो शेयर करने के लिए, एडवाइस लेने के लिए, शेयर तो नहीं ऑफ कोर्स, एडवाइस लेने के लिए कॉल करना चाहें तो हमें कॉल कर सकते हैं और हमसे कोई भी बात कर सकते हैं।
जी बिल्कुल। ब्रेक पर जाने से पहले जो है वो एक वाक़या मुझे याद आ गया कि एक जो था शायर दूसरे शायर के साथ बैठा हुआ था और उसने उसको अपना शेर सुनाया और जो दूसरा शायर था वो भाग गया। तो लोगों ने देखा एक शख्स दूसरे शख्स से पीछे भाग रहे हुए, कह रहे कि तुम इसके पीछे क्यों पड़े हुए, क्यों भाग रहे हो? कहते ये मेरा शेर तो अपना शेर सुना गया, मेरा शेर नहीं सुन के गया। तो साथ थोड़ी सी ज़्यादती हो जाती है। तो ब्रेक से पहले कुछ बात हो रही थी और वो क्वेश्चन था डॉक्टर नीलू से बड़ा ख़ास, तो हम उनसे दोबारा से वहीं से कंटिन्यू करते हैं। यस डॉक्टर नीलू, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन। सम पीपल आर वेरी scared to go for any laser treatment. Might be they're thinking like some injection come in their skin and some type of laser things. So how you can treat with these people, their psyche, like this is no any harmful things?
So I think, you know, you're right that people are sometimes, some people are worried about laser and if it can do any damage to your skin. You know, laser is a technology it's been around for quite a few years now, and it's really been perfected as a technique, particularly for hair removal. It's a really fantastic and safe technique. I think what's important is that you choose a clinic that you know feel really comfortable with. You know, a clinic should be CQC registered. You should be able to find a clinic that has really good testimonials and reviews from their clients, so that you're getting information from people who, you know, have used that clinic. Laser hair removal is not painful.
Safe.
Yeah, you know, it's slightly uncomfortable. It's such a brilliant technique for removing hair, you know, permanently reducing the amount of hair you've got, which I know for Asian women is, you know, it's a big issue.
Yeah, I know when you mentioned that laser treatment is for hair removal, and I had this question in mind actually. So many women, they do get really unwanted hair on their face especially, which is really not pleasant as well and not liked by others. So how can that be helped? Is the laser only treatment they can try, or there are other ways?
So obviously, you know, women use a lot of different products to remove hair, but unfortunately, you know, a lot of those don't remove the hair for, you know, the waxing and the threading and plucking, and can cause scarring as well. But with laser hair removal, you're permanently removing that hair or reducing the amount of hair growth that you have.
Are there any side effects of laser?
So with laser, you've always got to make sure you choose, you know, you choose a clinic where people are really well trained, and particularly with Asian skin, because you've probably heard stories where people have had burns on their skin or from laser. So it's really important you choose a clinic where people are really well trained and they're going to use the right machine for your skin. So if you have fairer skin, you can use a machine called IPL. So we use that a lot on our Asian patients.
Yeah, IPL is really famous. Yeah. So if we talk about acne, like very bad acne, if someone have, so how much session they can take, and how long it will take for recure the skin again or refresh the skin again?
You would use IPL really for hair removal. So that would be, you can use IPL for hair removal and also to make the skin look younger. So if you're talking about hair removal, depending on you and how much hair you have, we would say probably about 6 to 8 sessions that you would need, possibly a little bit more than that if you've got really heavy hair growth, or if you've got some hormonal problem that's making you you know, grow your hair thicker,
especially facial areas. There is something really in trend nowadays, which is skin whitening treatments or maybe injections. We do hear back home people are actually using it to become fair skin-wise. Can you tell us a little bit more about that treatment?
So, you know, as a skin doctor, I think it's, you know, we do see this quite a lot, and you know, in our culture, in lots of different cultures, you know, fair skin is considered beautiful. And and people go to a lot of lengths to try and make themselves look fairer. Now, I don't think that's necessarily true, because
that's true.
there's a lot of women who are dark, who are very beautiful,
That's
and if
true.
you lighten their skin, they wouldn't be so beautiful. So you know, I think people need to be really, really careful with skin lightening, and people seem to sort of chase fairer skin as if, you know, it's going to make them more beautiful. So I think people need to be really, really careful. There's a lot of places, you know, locally you can buy skin lightening treatments, you know, treatments that are brought in from abroad, and they can have some really, really harsh chemicals in, really high doses of really strong chemicals that a doctor would never ever recommend you use on your skin. And actually they can cause quite a lot of problems, you know. You can actually get worse pigmentation on your skin because of it. You know, if you use steroids, that lightens your skin, but it also really thins your skin, so your skin can look quite papery and thin. You can have broken blood vessels under the skin. So you have to be really, really careful, particularly, you know, I'm sure, you know, if people are going back home and finding things in the markets or in the pharmacies there, you just need to be really, really careful. I've seen a lot of clients, you know, in the NHS and also in the clinic who have had, you know, quite bad reactions to these skin lightening creams. So you do need to be careful.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions?
No, I think I have done my questions. It's really good information. It's a very vast things, like we can cover, mashallah, all the things.
Yeah, no, that's true. People are considering that they should try to look fair and all, but they don't know the consequences of it. And related to that, I have a question that nowadays makeup is in trend. Nobody goes out without makeup. What day care they should use for skin in order to have a better skin and not affected by makeup on a daily basis?
Yeah, so I think really with makeup, it's important that you choose the right makeup, good, you know, good quality makeup that's not actually going to damage your skin, because you know, you're right, people do wear a lot of makeup, and that's going to sit on your skin all day. So it's really important to choose good quality makeup, makeup that doesn't cause any allergies or any problems or clogs your pores, because we see a lot of girls who wear heavy makeup and then they get spots. So I think that's the first, is that, you know, if you wear, you know, a very good quality makeup. And then obviously, as with all skin care, you're looking for a regime where you're exfoliating, so you're removing the dead, so you've removed your makeup, then you're removing the dead skin from your face. You're using a high quality cleanser and a toner. And then what the toner does is it rebalances your skin once you've taken the makeup off. So that protects your skin and makes your skin stronger. And then after that, you would use a product. So for example, if you had a bit of acne, you might use something called benzoyl peroxide, which is just the name of a chemical, or you might use something called tretinoin, which helps with blemishes and dark marks. So you really, you know, the cleansing and wearing good quality makeup, the cleansing, the toning, that's really important.
Okay, so this is kind of care they should do on the daily basis, and I've seen so many women, like my friends or sister or people I know or see on the daily basis, they have really like thick and dry skin around their eyes. What do they can do for that in order to look it really like not dry?
Is it puffy eyes?
Puffy eyes is something else, but you know, sometimes it really gets dry as if the dry land, you know, if you try to understand, the skin is so dry.
So I think if your friends or are having, you know, very dry, cracked, kind of red skin around the eyes, what that's telling me actually is that they've probably got an allergy to the product that they're using. The skin around the eyes is very sensitive and it's thin, and you may be able to use a product on another part of your face, but when you put it around your eyes, it can cause an allergy. So a lot of the eye creams or eye makeup that you can use has products in it that you can be allergic to. So when you're describing that situation with dryness around the eyes, actually that's telling me that probably the person that's using that has got an allergy to that product. Yeah.
So, Dr. Neela, thank you very much. This is our pleasure that you are
Okay.
here in your
Thank you
busy
very much.
schedule. You spare some time for us, for our viewers. So,
Yes.
you want to give any message for those people, those are just deciding to go to any for laser treatment or something? Any short message for our viewers?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it's important that you choose a clinic where you know, you feel comfortable with. You've read good reviews about that clinic from people who aren't related to that clinic, you know, so people who, clients who have used that clinic. It's really important to have a clinic that's CQC registered, so the CQC is a watchdog that oversees clinics and makes sure that they're a good standard. And also, you know, if you can find a clinic that actually guarantees its results, that's another really good, you know, that's another really good sign that you're choosing a good quality clinic.
Thank you so much, Dr. Neelu. We really appreciate that you were here today with us and really have made our show wonderful. And viewers, we would like to say आपका भी हमें कॉल करने का, शो में हिस्सा बनने का बहुत शुक्रिया। मैं जल्दी से उनके नाम लूँगी कि जिन्होंने सवाल का सही जवाब दिया, जो कि सवाल था पहली वही कुरान पाक की कहाँ नाजिल हुई। हमें जवाब दिया उमायमा ने लंदन से, मिसेस भट्टी ने मैनचेस्टर से, मिसेस अंसारी ने लेस्टर से, और तीनों ने सही जवाब दिया। जवाब है गारे हिरा में पहली वही नाजिल हुई थी। आपका बहुत शुक्रिया।
जी बिल्कुल, जब जवाब सही आ जाते हैं बहुत खुशी होती है उसकी, आपसे रब्ता बना रहता है। हर मॉर्निंग में आपसे सलाम दुआ रहती है, इस चीज़ की बहुत खुशी होती है इकरा टीवी को। और हमारे गेस्ट के साथ जो आपका रिस्पांस रहता है कॉलर्स का, और जो आप एडवाइस उनको मिलती हैं, उसकी भी बहुत खुशी होती है। हमारी जो ईमेल आईडी है हमारे गुड मॉर्निंग शो की, वो टीवी पर चल रही है, स्क्रीन पर चल रही है। और उसके अलावा अगर आपने हमें किसी भी किस्म की राय देनी है तो आप हमें ईमेल कर सकते हैं, कॉल भी, आपके पास नंबर भी आ चुका होता है। अगर आपको शो में किसी भी किस्म की चीज़ की कमी रह गई हो, कोई बात बुरी लगी हो, तो उसके लिए माज़रत चाहते हैं, और कुछ अच्छा लग गया हो तो फीडबैक ज़रूर दीजिएगा। और इस प्रोग्राम के बाद साइमा हमारी को के उनकी रेसिपी चलेगी, उसे ज़रूर देखिएगा। बुशरानाज़ को, उम्मे सफ़ा को और हमारी बहुत प्यारी गेस्ट जो है नीलो को, डॉक्टर नीलो को इजाज़त दीजिए इस दुआ के साथ कि आपका ये दिन और आगे आने वाले दिन सब बहुत अच्छे गुजरें। अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज मैं आपको अचारी मसाला बनाना सिखाऊंगी, और इससे पहले मैं आपको कढ़ाई गोश्त मसाला, बिरयानी मसाला और कोरमा मसाला बनाना सिखा चुकी हूँ, और आज अचारी मसाला बनाना सिखाऊंगी। तो इसको बनाने के लिए पहले हमें चाहिए होंगे वो मसाले जिन्हें आप अलग से एक ही बर्तन में इकट्ठा डालकर रख लीजिएगा, जिन्हें काफ़ी ग्राइंडर में पीसने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। इनमें है कुटी लाल मिर्चें 5 टेबलस्पून, नमक 1 टेबलस्पून, हल्दी 1 टेबलस्पून, गरम मसाला पाउडर 1 टेबलस्पून और मेथी दाना 1 टेबलस्पून। और मेथी दाने को आपने बिल्कुल भी पीसना नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर आप इसको पीस देंगे तो ये आपके अचारी मसाले को बिल्कुल कड़वा कर देगा, लिहाजा ये ऐसे ही साबुत डलेगा, इस बात का खास ख्याल रखिएगा। इसके अलावा जिन मसालों को आपने काफ़ी ग्राइंडर में पीसना है, बल्कि आपको खास बात बताती जाऊं कि इस मसाले को आपने बिल्कुल बारीक या पाउडर की तरह नहीं पीसना, बल्कि इसे दरदरा सा पीसना है, कोर्सली ग्राइंडेड करना है, यानी मसाले थोड़े दरदरे से नजर आने चाहिए। और इस मसाले को छलनी से छानने की भी जरूरत नहीं होगी। तो इन मसालों में है, आप ले लीजिएगा साबुत सफेद जीरा 2 टेबलस्पून, राई दाना 2 टेबलस्पून, कलौंजी 2 टेबलस्पून, साबुत धनिया 2 टेबलस्पून, सौंफ 4 टेबलस्पून और स्ट्रिक एसिड या टाटरी 1 टीस्पून ले लीजिएगा। तो सबसे पहले आप एक बर्तन में वो मसाले डाल लीजिए जिन्हें हमने पीसना नहीं है। उनमें है कुटी लाल मिर्चें, नमक, हल्दी, गरम मसाला पाउडर और मेथी दाना डालकर मिला लीजिए। इसके बाद काफी ग्राइंडर में वो मसाले डाल लीजिए जो हमने दरदरे से पीसते हैं। उनमें है साबुत सफेद जीरा, राई दाना, साबुत धनिया, कलौंजी, सौंफ और स्ट्रिक एसिड डालकर इसे दरदरा सा पीस लीजिए। दरदरा सा पीसने के बाद आप इसे दूसरे मसाले में डालकर मिक्स कर लीजिएगा। और आप देख सकते हैं कि ये हमारा बेहतरीन दरदरा सा अचारी मसाला तैयार हो चुका है और अब इसे मैं एयर टाइट डिब्बे में डाल लूंगी। लीजिए, बेहतरीन अचारी मसाला तैयार है। इससे आप चाहे अचारी मटन, बीफ अचारी, अचारी मुर्ग, वेजिटेबल अचारी, अचारी चाप्स या अचारी मिर्चें जो भी बनाना चाहें बना सकते हैं। और इंशाल्लाह इसी अचारी मसाले को इस्तेमाल करते हुए मैं आपको अचारी मटन बनाना भी सिखाऊंगी, जो कि बहुत मज़ेदार बनता है। तो इस अचारी मसाले को ज़रूर बनाइएगा और मुझे दुआओं में याद रखिएगा। और जाने से पहले एक हदीस पाक शेयर करना चाहूँगी। हदीस पाक इस तरह से है। हज़रत जाबर रज़ी अल्लाह ताला अन्हो से रवायत है कि रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इरशाद फरमाया, बंदे के और कुफ्र के दरमियान नमाज छोड़ देने ही का फासला है। अल्लाह और रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम पर ईमान लाने और तौहीद और रसालत की गवाही देने के बाद सबसे पहला और सबसे बड़ा फ़र्ज इस्लाम में नमाज है। नमाज अल्लाह ताला की ख़ास इबादत है। इसी के साथ मैं आपसे इजाज़त चाहूँगी। अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिएगा, दुआओं में याद रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफिज़।